Bodies flying everywhere. Another fourth down. They're still playing and still banging around. They're not done. A third fourth down conversion. Try this time. Big John pulls down another. My goodness. Marist then scores when Abisher hits. Keeps it for 6, 24-23, BT. So Coach Chadwick elects to go for 2. Abisher to Kyle Hamilton. Marist wins it 25-24. My goodness, what a game. Chase Abisher is sacked in the end zone for a Titan safety. Coach Tim McFarlin gets the cold victory bath. BT avenges an early season loss, capturing the Quad A title 16-7, the final.
Rematch of last year's 4A state championship that the Titans won. On offense, Jake Smith finding Bertrand here for the touchdown, and Blessed Trinity is your winner tonight, 10-7.
And that's it. State championship belongs to BT for a second year in a row.
Everyone, this is Andrew Sellover. I'm joined today by Coach McFarlin from Blessed Trinity. Coach, obviously after last year you lost your quarterback Jake Smith along with Steele Chambers and JD Bertrand. How has your offense been able to rebuild this year?
Well, we've been down. Offensive production has not been nearly what it was, but we, like you mentioned, we lost a significant portion of it. And then the starting quarterback this year was our sophomore, Banks Atkins, and we lost him to a collarbone during the scrimmage week, and he's been out for the season. We're not going to have him back. And so we've had some struggles at quarterback. A defensive back and slot receiver by the name of Duncan Rivas stepped in, has done a good job. And Duncan would tell you he doesn't throw it particularly well. So we've really had to rely on the run game, and the balance in our offense just has not been there this year. And, that worries me. In big games like this, against a team like Marist, you can't be one-dimensional because they're so good. And so anyway, we're just trying to find a way, and nothing's been easy for us this year. We just we've had a lot of close games, but and I think a lot of that's reflective on the offense's inability to throw the ball very well.
And Coach, the Marist offense is more balanced than in the past, with the addition of a bunch of throwing plays this year in addition to the triple option. How is this Marist offense harder to prepare for than what you have had to prepare for them in years past?
Well, you have to prepare for multiple things. It's not just the fact that they throw the ball, but they're under center, they're in the gun, they're in tight formations, they're in spread formations. So with Marist, it's a hard work week. You have a lot to do, and coupled with the fact that the quarterback is outstanding. I think he may be the most efficient quarterback I've seen this year. He reminds me a lot of Jake Smith that we had last year, and you can tell he's got great leadership skills, throws well, runs well. I just think the offense really rides on his shoulders, and he is a kid that obviously feeds off of that. So I've been very impressed with watching him play on film.
And Coach, this will definitely be one of your most physical games of the year, as long as it's also the region championship and it's a rivalry game. How has your team been able to mentally prepare for this game?
Well, I'm sure you know. We lost the other quarterback, our backup, Duncan Rebus. We lost him 2 weeks ago. So we've been playing a couple of young kids at quarterback. So offensively, we're just trying to narrow it down to a few things that we think that we can do well. Naturally, we would hope for a close ball game. That's a tall order against Marist because they're scoring so many points this year. And their defense doesn't give up any. So they're by far, I think Marist is the best team that I've seen. I know they're the best team that we will have played. So it's a tall order for us. We can't avoid any mistakes, and there's no room for error Friday night as we play them.
What was the specific injury for Rebus?
He had an ankle injury and then also a lower back injury. And that happened at the end of the game 2 weeks ago. So he's been out and been gimpy. It's a game time decision on him, but he's still been pretty banged up. So we're just listen. If you're going to have a good year, you got to stay healthy, and that's been hard for us this year. And Marist has stayed healthy. I've been very impressed with how they've played this year. So but it's always a good rivalry. We have great respect for Marist and their program, and I think that works both ways. And so it's always a fun game for two teams that get after it. I like Allen. Allen's been a guy I've known for many years, and he just does a wonderful job over there, and their staff has done a great job. So we'll show up Friday, and it should be another exciting game.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
So you guys have had 10 straight weeks of games, right? So how's general player health doing?
Well, we're a little beat up at this time. We got a lot of players with some nagging injuries that they're pushing through, trying to do the best they can. It's very concerning for us as coaches because they're not totally at 100%, but they're giving us everything they've got, and hopefully we can make it through another week or so and then get a chance to take an off week and get them some break, get them some rest.
Your last two games, Denmark and Flower Branch, those are obviously big games. How do you feel about your performance and what you guys did?
Well, certainly we knew that was going to be a very big stretch for us to go through those 3 games in a row with Denmark, Flower Branch, and then BT this week. So you got to be happy with where we are after the last 2 games. The Denmark Flower Branch games and the way we came out of those on top in a pretty convincing fashion. So that's a good sign for us. We just hope we can, pull the trump card here and finish it off this week with a great win against Blessed Trinity.
Who do you think is the bigger rival, Pius or BT?
I would say Pius in some respects because they're closer to us. A lot of our students know them better. We've got a longer history with the rivalry at that school, and not just football, but in all of our sports. But certainly the Blessed Trinity rivalry has increased quite a bit in recent years. We've only been playing them a short time, but they've got a very successful program. And of course they're coming off, 2 straight championship years. So that's our challenge this week, is to try to take that top notch from them. And, we like our chances.
So like you said, they won the last 2 state championships, fellow Catholic school, and last regular season game, region championship online, and playoff seeding. So how big is this game for you?
Well, it's a big game, and we've known that from the start. I mean, when we started this season, you had to think that BT was the team to beat, and that still remains to be the case. So it's a big game in a lot of respects. It's home field advantage. It's a chance to win the region championship. It's a chance to get back on top of the BT rivalry. So it's very big in a lot of ways, and it should be very interesting to see how it turns out.
So not only the physical preparations you talked about, but also how do you prepare you guys mentally and control their emotions for a game like this?
Well, I think that comes with the coaching staff and the balance of intensity that we have, and the looseness of some of the coaches and the intensity of other coaches. Our kids are ready. We had a really, really good practice yesterday, the second day of the week. So that's a good indication, good sign. So yes, you want to be loose, you want to be confident, and but you want to be tough and hard-nosed and go out there and give it everything you got from Marist.
Pius. BT.
I have to say BT because I went to Pius.
I gotta say BT because Pius is a long-term rival, but over all the years they've also become kind of like pals. But BT's the new kid on the block. What are they doing? Get him out of the house.
I'd say BT this year. I think we knew coming in they were going to be a tough rival, and we look forward to getting the better of them this weekend.
BT. 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 BT.
BT.
BT. BT. BT. BT.
What would you rather do than go to BT?
About everything. I would eat spam.
I would rather eat broken glass.
I would rather drive needles through my eyeballs than go to Pius or BT.
I would rather go to DeVry than go to BT. I would rather be Pius's mascot than go to BT. I'd rather work at Chick-fil-A on a Friday night. I would rather go to Pius than go to BT.
I'd rather get eaten by a shark.
Eat a porcupine. Eat tuna. Raw.
I'd rather self-tan. Start over at 7th grade at Marist.
Sorry, love it.